Hello and welcome to the Pinfall podcast.
Hi.
I'm your host, Liz. My hair is not pink. I'm joined, as always, by my lovely co-host, Mork.
Hey, Mork?
Mork.
Hello, I am Mork.
Today we're talking about Super Tuesday 2. Tuesday. The fact that they didn't call it Super Tuesday is kind of annoying. I'm kind of upset about it.
Yeah.
A really good night at NXT, honestly.
Yeah.
Though there were a lot of unnameable wrestlers.
Well,
tonight.
Here's my thing with those, and we'll talk more about it once we get there, but 4 question marks, got a really short match, where we got a surprisingly good showing from the enhancement talent. So his spotlight didn't really last that long. But three question marks, got his ass handed to him.
Question marks nearly died.
Literally turned purple.
Drinking a new gin tonight. It's very So I'll probably make this face quite a bit.
Okay.
Because it sticks in the back of my throat. Yeah, I was really happy with how tonight went, actually. I don't usually expect not a lot from NXT, but got more than I expected.
Yeah.
For sure. And frankly, I was quite pleased with a lot of things. Plus, I have a lot to say about 4 question marks' match. I have a lot to say about that. Shockingly, for how short it was.
Yeah.
In the meantime, I want to make a really quick public service announcement. I know Aaliyah was on tonight. She's not getting Fighter of the Night. So before I hear it from anybody in the chat, shutting it down now.
I don't even think Mike's going to be here today because it's a Tuesday. He teaches.
Yeah, Splucha sometimes joins that train, I think.
True. And Velveteen, aka 4 question marks, is not getting anything either.
Immediately down to absolutely 0 viewers. We had Splucha and we lost him. I don't even know if we have Splucha right now. I don't have the chat open. So news. Foremost, T said, "Shove it, Chris Jericho, because we're moving back to Wednesdays." I don't know what prompted that move. I don't know what preceded it in any way. I don't know if viewer ratings were better on Wednesdays than they were on Tuesdays.
You see, you say shove it, Chris Jericho, but AEW has been winning the Wednesday ratings war. So, if anything, it hurts NXT more by moving to Wednesdays.
I think the thing is that it's shove it, Chris Jericho, because he's been talking a lot of shit lately.
Mm-hmm.
I just appreciate the idea of NXT being like, we might suck here, but we're staying here. I mean, I get the concealer off the sides of my nose before anybody notices. I mean, that means our schedules are going to be back to what they once were, which I don't know if I hate it or if I like it. I enjoyed the 2 days off, but also at the same time,
the 2 days in a row.
Shows in a row. It's a bit much.
Splucha said, "I am certainly not voting for Aaliyah or question marks. Don't worry." Thank you, Splucha.
Okay. Appreciate that, Splucha.
But, I mean, I'm not going to enjoy the Wednesdays, at least at first, because I probably won't be able to watch NXT next week.
He will be here for the show. I'll be informing everybody of how it went.
Most likely, I will be here for the show. It all depends on how I get back from work on next week.
He's not here for the show. I genuinely don't know what I'm going to do. So let's just pray. How's that? I thought when I got my job that I was going to be the first one to have to be like, I can't do the show tonight. I'm so sorry.
But now, the one day that I work, it muddles things up.
I'm sure, I can't imagine that you won't be back.
I mean, it's going to be a 10-hour workday. The only way it would really screw us up is if it starts at noon.
Literally never heard of for a shoot. Plus, I've worked like features before where like Fridays you start at like noon and then you work until 2 a.m. because you've got the whole weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Usually like one day shoots I've always gotten to the place at like 8 in the morning and definitely wanted to kill myself.
But there's one thing that is for sure, and that you'll be able to get updates, not upgrades, updates on next week's podcast, no matter what the outcome is, by following us on Twitter at the Pinfall Cast. We will be posting the updates on what's going to be happening with that show, as well as every other show that we do. So check us out there.
The upgrade is us staying under 2 hours. You have to pay like $400 for that, though. So sorry.
Yeah. God.
So some minor news. Mojo Rawley, apparently the next most recently confirmed member of Retribution. I
was just gonna say he is like the only confirmed one, confirmed by like official sources, because everyone else has been like speculative and
That's not true. I'm gonna do it again. Dominik Dijakovic has been confirmed multiple times, and so is Mia Yim.
Well,
Dave Meltzer.
Okay.
For Mojo.
I just who confirmed that was Mojo Rawley?
Dave Meltzer.
Oh,
he confirmed.
Okay.
He confirmed Dijakovic. He confirmed Mia, and he confirmed Mojo in his comments. Mm-hmm. And by confirmed, I mean he's a journalist, but he confirmed it.
Okay.
Do I still think that the other one's Dio Madden? Yes. Do I still think that the other one is literally anybody that could possibly exist within the WWE universe? Yes.
Mercedes Martinez.
No, I don't think so. She doesn't walk the same way. Mercedes Martinez is like a hulking walk. I don't believe it.
I don't think so. She's more of a skulk.
That's a hulking walk. Her face is always a little twisted up. I don't know why. That's gotta hurt. But they are apparently, there's rumors. So I guess they are is a bit too firm to say. Mm-hmm. But apparently there's rumors that they are setting up for a WWE versus Retribution match at Survivor Series. There's too many pay-per-views that start with 2 S's, because I was about to say SummerSlam. Mm. But apparently there's rumors that they're trying to do that, so I'd like to see it.
I think that'd be pretty cool.
See a lot of things.
I guess it would all depend on like who's fighting, to really say whether or not it would be a good match.
Probably be like Drew, Biggie,
Sheamus,
or Gulak, maybe. I don't see Sheamus fighting. Oh, maybe, yeah. I guess Braun. It is Survivor Series, so
Braun would be there.
Can get his head out of his ass, yeah. On top of that, interesting little piece of news. A lot of female wrestlers are coming forward saying, like, hey, this weird shit happened to me. Whether they're with the company or not anymore. Apparently, former WWE NXT wrestler Sage Beckett confirmed the rumor that she used to have to do weekly weigh-ins while performing for NXT. I said, that's gross bananas, dang.
How is it that like every little bit of news we hear about WWE, it makes them seem worse and worse and worse? Like there's never any news like, oh, Vince McMahon saved like a box of puppies from floating from a river. Like there's no donating $10 million to, well, I guess there's Connor's cure, but that happens every year. There's no good news.
You sound like that It's Always Sunny episode where they're trying to like make a news broadcast show on public TV. So they make Dee save the box of kittens from the exploding building. Don't give them ideas, Mark, please. Sorry, the sign's all screwed up. I had to set this tripod up around a cat earlier, and then she left, so now it's all weird. It's bothering me. To inform me of this particular piece of news, AJ Styles wants to retire, question mark?
Yeah. Oh, yes. You want more information
I was really waiting for you on that one, dude.
So let me pull up the article. Here's the full quote from AJ Styles. If the webpage would stop flashing me back and forth. Okay. So he was talking about retirement. Trying to see who he was talking with. But this is according to WrestlingEdge.com. And he said, I want to retire. I really do. I'm going to give you a breakdown of what's going on this Friday. I'm going to leave, and listen, it could be a lot worse, but with everything going on with the COVID and whatnot, I've gotten to see my kids' practices. That's really cool for me. My son's games for varsity football are on Friday nights. I perform on Friday nights. This Friday isn't one of those. For whatever reason, they moved it to Saturday. He's going to have a Saturday football game, and I'm going to get to see it.
I'm sorry. When you told me this piece of news, it sounded vague enough that like it was just like him saying like, yeah, like in the same way where they were like, oh, Triple H doesn't want to be with WWE forever, and he was like, I want to retire when I'm 65, please. I kind of thought that's where this was. Is AJ Styles saying he's leaving on Friday? Like he's done after Friday?
That's not what I got from it. What I got was, I'm going to, like, when I leave the show, I'm going to go to my kid's practice. Like, when I leave the arena. Or he could be going to Raw. So, like, that would be, like, because I feel like it's way too early for him to retire. I don't know. Like Raw would be.
He also could retire and then come back for like different matches, like essentially kayfabe retire and then like pull a Goldberg.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it is AJ Styles; it's not Goldberg, but still. I don't know. That sounds like he literally just said after Friday, I'm peacing out forever. Like he said, I'm going to leave on Friday.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta read the news stuff that you tell me about first before we do this, because now my head's like spinning. Well, before I spend 4 hours trying to decode what happened there, Alexa Bliss is releasing a podcast called Uncool. I think this is the first podcast that she's releasing, and it's a pretty big deal because I think it's interesting that it comes right on the heels of the whole WWE thing.
Mm-hmm.
With like third parties and stuff like that. Sorry, I just saw a very weird piece of news. But yeah, I mean,
well, it's done through WWE. Like, it's technically a WWE podcast.
Is it? But it'll probably be like released on other platforms.
It was advertised on the WWE YouTube channel.
Apparently it's basically going to discuss, like she's gonna guess they're gonna discuss like nostalgic, cringy kind of moments. It seems prior to their fame with WWE. Sounds cute as hell.
Mm-hmm.
It is kind of funny to me because, you know, some of the guests are going to be Biz, the Bella Twins, like some actors and stuff like John Heater, Nikki Glazer. But then we got like the quintessential 90s pop stars because she's dating Ryan Cabrera. Ryan Cabrera is going to be one of the guests, but Lance Bass is also going to be one of the guests. And I'm like,
I'm sure Ryan Cabrera will be on the podcast at some point.
no, he's going to be one of her guests.
Oh, perfect.
Lined up. Still so weird to me. So bizarre. Like, I had not heard that name since I was very young.
Mm-hmm.
And all of a sudden we're watching Ms. and Mrs. and he's on there for whatever reason. And now Alexa Bliss is dating him. I'm like, yeah, fine. Time isn't linear. Who cares? My final piece of news is simply McIntyre's tweet to Tyson Fury.
God. I
have to share this with everyone because I almost exploded.
Wait, can I read it?
So, let me give context and then you can read it. But you better pronounce the city right. One shot, one opportunity. So Tyson Fury tweeted a video of him walking around Scotland, I guess. And he said, been looking all over Edinburgh for you, or Edinburgh, for you, Drew McIntyre. Come out and fight the Gypsy King. # let's go. Then adding at least 41 different people. Marcus, if you'd like to read the response.
1. I'm from air. 2. There's a pandemic. The moment I can come home from my world title tour, we'll talk in person. 3. You're still a big stiff idiot. 4. Stop using filters, you weirdo. 5. Do you want me to stop paying rent? It's unfair I live in your head for free.
First of all, didn't think you were going to hold that through the whole time, so congrats on that one. Second of all, that reminded me of Dennis when they were playing Charlie McDennis, and he's doing like what, the Philadelphia accent?
Philadelphia.
He's still like merging into Australian somehow. So yeah, I opened up my Twitter halfway through the workday today, and I was like, I'm gonna look at some tweets, and I saw that, and I was like, God, are you there?
I actually have another piece of news.
So it's okay when you make the news segment run fat or run longer.
No, it's actually gonna be super fast. So they kind of announced who Brock Lesnar's returning match is going to be against.
Me.
He is going to be wrestling, he's set to face another UFC icon, Daniel Cormier. He was set to fight him in 2018, but it didn't happen. Now, Daniel Cormier has officially retired from UFC and has stated he wants a match against Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania 37.
Right, okay, so I saw that article. I didn't really say anything about it because it sounded like it was just a rumor, but is that, like, gonna happen? I didn't read the article either.
Well, here's what Daniel Cormier said. I'm done. I want to wrestle with Brock in the WWE. That's where I want to fight Brock. I want to fight him on his terms. You know, two old guys in the UFC octagon going at it. 43, 41-year-old guys. Seem fun. Boy, me and Brock at WrestleMania, that would be a good time. That's what he said to WrestlingNews.co. So it's not confirmed, but it's a possibility, I guess.
I do like that he's taking a very different road than Tyson Fury currently is, where he's like, I am old as shit. I'd like to fight another old as shit person.
Yeah, it's like, I want to wrestle Brock. Not because I hate him, but because we'd have a great time.
I respect that.
Yeah.
Okay. As long as I don't have to see it anytime too soon.
So?
Wait.
Matches and promos?
No. Yes. And
Mike, I want to hear a good argument for Aaliyah.
So Mike's here tonight, huh?
Yes, Mike is here. I want to hear a good argument for Velveeta Dream winning Fighter of the Night. I want to hear a good argument.
I don't want to hear a good argument about that. I'm glad I don't have the chat open right now. I have things to say about that for a match. That was something else.
He said, "Oh, I got plenty of arguments."
Oh God, Mike, no. Right.
So want to start us off?
Oh, I'd love to start us off tonight.
He said, "But I'll let you carry on for now."
Thank you. So sometimes, if you complain about something enough, you get what you want.
You see, I know exactly how Finn won this fight. I know exactly how.
Let me finish that sentence. Which is why I'm taking credit for Finn winning. I complained enough. I got what I wanted. I guess he got what he wanted to, so yeah, good for him.
But the real reason why he won this fight was because it wasn't a main event fight.
You had a point.
Finn, besides the Iron Man match, has not won a main event fight, and technically he did not win that Iron Man match. He wasn't the sole winner.
Wearing my fun Finn shirt today.
Very nice shirt.
I love this shirt. It's my favorite shirt. It's honestly one of my favorite pieces of WWE adjacent merch that I've got, since everything is WWE merch. If you could just, thank you. Then Finn goes in for the waist lock. Cole tries to shake him. Finn is on him like a pit bull on a poodle. Finn gets a side headlock on Adam. Lines him to the canvas. Adam fights out, gets Finn's arm behind his back. Finn still gets another headlock on Adam, and then takes him down to the canvas. Finn gets his knee on Adam's head, and I was like, yeah, that's fair. I feel that sometimes. It's relatable. At the very least.
Can I say something? I'll give a quick update real quick. It'll be super, super short. I wish I could have thrown this in with the news segment, but I'm literally just getting it now. Ivar has been released from the hospital and expected to make a full recovery. And he was diagnosed with a cervical injury. And he said, he tweeted out, "From the bottom of my heart, thank you to every single friend, family, and fan who has reached out to me. My heart is truly touched from all the love and support. Still figuring it all out, but I am working hard to recover and be better than ever. Love you all." And that's it.
Goddamn, yeet myself out of a window. All the men! Head to Ivar? God. My precious bull. Anyways. So there's a big old arm drag to Finn, but Finn counters with a headlock around Adam's little neck, with his legs. Sort of a weird armbar. I don't know. It was weird. It looked great. Would never want my neck to be between somebody's knees. Doesn't seem ideal. Adam gets a little bit of strength. He drop kicks Finn. Gets a good backbreaker on him. Finn is bleeding from his scooter. Adam then does another neck breaker, sends some knees to Finn's spine. It's a headlock on him. Another neck breaker, because it's Adam Cole. It's the Undisputed Era. If it's not a neck breaker, I don't know what it is. Adam sends Finn's head into a turnbuckle and just kind of starts beating him to shit. Finn gets thrown to the corner. His spine makes direct contact with the buckle. I said, "Oh no." Okay. Adam attempts the Panama Sunrise, but is countered into a little drop kick from Finn to his face. Finn gets back on top. He's got the headlock on him. Adam tries to kind of elbow Finn in the chest, but still knocks him to the ground. Finn kicks Adam. Adam kicks Finn in the nose. And there's a second set of elbows to Adam Cole. Drop elbow to the sternum. Get some chopped featuring Ted Allen on Adam. Basement drop kick to his sorry little body. Adam is speared in the corner, and he's just like looking like shit. He looked like he was about to die right there. Some more chopped just desserts featuring Ted Allen from Finn to Adam. And then Adam says, "I've had enough of this," and starts kind of elbowing Finn. They're exchanging blows. There's a kick to Adam Cole's face. Adam clotheslines Finn. There's a sick little pump kick to his little face. Finn goes for the German suplex, but that turns into a roundhouse kick on his head and a backstabber, which I love the backstabber. I think that's going to become one of my new moves, my new favorite moves. I think I like that one.
Backstab. Oh, that's with the knees into the back.
You, like, drop a person against your knees, basically.
Yeah.
Finn drops Cole to the canvas. He misses the double stomp because Adam rolls away. Gets a sling blade on him, but Adam does his little shiny wizard move, which is a weird saying in the context of wrestling. I don't know why. It makes me feel weird.
I feel like it's not the shiniest wizard unless you're Tegan Knox and you have a bracer on your knee.
This is the shiny wizard. Hers is the shiniest because she does have the brace.
She is the shiniest.
Adam does his cringy little "I'm exposing my knee to you" move. I don't like it. I've never liked it.
It's so funny.
It's just, at least today it wasn't so dramatic, but like sometimes he's just like,
I can just imagine him like revealing it and shouting, "I'm gonna hurt myself."
Oh god. And that's what most of this match was tonight, honestly. Drops him to the canvas again, manages the double stomp, but does some basic stomps after that. Not double, just single. Just some single stomps to Adam Cole on the side. It's a basement drop kick to Cole. He's kind of losing his shit a little bit. And throws Adam Cole into the seat by the timekeeper's area. And he goes to do something. Probably a drop kick. It was probably some sort of foot, lower leg related move.
Can I just say, it's very weird that the timekeeper's area is not closed off by a barrier. It's like in the ring area.
It's less closed off, especially in NXT.
Yeah, in Raw and SmackDown, it has its own little corner area. At NXT, it's like within the barriers. Meanwhile, you can't.
It's just like anything can happen here.
Meanwhile, you can't even see the commentators at all.
You just want to see Beth talking. It also sucks because, like, you see Vic and Wade sometimes. Like, you've seen them on camera recently.
Yeah.
And back when it was Tom, you could see him. Back when it was Morrow, you could see him. It's like, we don't know who that lady voice is, but she talks a lot, and we like it.
Even though she's
I'm not going to tell you, though.
One of the most iconic women's wrestlers of all time. She even competed in the men's 2010 Royal Rumble.
I just want everyone to understand that I did not realize that was Beth Phoenix talking that whole time. The whole time I've been watching NXT, I didn't realize it was her. It wasn't until very, very, very recently, which is kind of pathetic. I realized I was like, oh! I just sort of assumed it was Alicia. I thought Alicia was doing like the in-ring announcing and then the commentating.
I would love it if it was her. So talented.
Dude, Alicia's my queen of comfort.
Mm-hmm.
She straight up like, she wears flats all the time, and I'm like, absolutely. We don't ruin our feet arches for anyone. Where was I? Okay, so Adam Cole super kicks Finn as he tries to go for whatever the hell it was that he was going to do. Finn grabs Adam by the throat and just kind of slugs him, and they're just like, punching each other. They're tired. They look like old men fighting in a ring. There's a kick to Finn's head. Finn does a backbreaker on Adam. Adam's up on the top rope. Finn kicks him upside the head. Love when he does that shit. It's like, where'd you get all that air from? I don't know. I don't get it. You're a weird little thing, but I love you.
Weird little thing.
We're both the same type of Irish, so I got my Bobby Fish thing going on here. Fowler goes for the coup de grace, but Adam rolls away. Super kicks Finn, then does a figure 4 on Finn, and the missed coup de grace apparently screwed his leggy up a little bit. So then the figure 4 looked just absolutely wretched. He's got claw marks on his back, too, at this point, which I need Adam Cole to cut his nails if that's the case. It looked like a puma attacked his back. Finn manages to grab the ropes. The ref does not notice for like a solid 5 minutes. He gets a nice neck breaker on Adam, then drop kicks him. Finally manages the coup de grace, but Adam Cole still kicks out. He goes for the 1916. Adam gets the figure 4 back on him. Cole tries to redo the figure 4, but Finn rolls him up. He kicks out. Adam super kicks him, sends a knee to the back of Finn's dead-ass head, does his little shiny wizard thing. Finn's somehow still alive. So we've both done our finishers now, and it's not working. Adam gets back up to the top rope. Finn catches him. Adam sends him to the corner. There's a reverse inverted 1916 to Adam Cole. Fowler goes up to the top rope. Adam Cole kicks him in the knees. Finn's just limping around. And then finally he manages the actual 1916 off the top rope to Adam Cole. Sweet, sweet lad. I'm so happy. He finally has a title. Is he going to have to relinquish it next week because he fucked up his knee? We don't know. But in the meantime, I'm going to enjoy it. It was a hell of a first fight, though.
Yeah.
It was a good-ass first fight.
There's a reason that this was not a main event. And it's because Finn Balor won.
Yeah. I'm not going to argue with that.
I mean...
I just wonder if Triple H is going to wake up tomorrow morning and be like, shit!
Who wrote this? Shawn Michaels is just running away.
Dude, Shawn Michaels was hyped for this match. He tweeted about it. I do hope that like Triple H comes in tomorrow and he's like, "Who the fuck did this?" And Shawn's just like,
I mean, we saw Finn with like an injured knee during the fight. He might have to relinquish that title next week.
Triple H is gonna realize and he's gonna be like, "Nope. William, do your thing."
We know
triple threat.
We know Triple H hates Finn because he never pointed at him in the picture.
Triple threat match is just quite literally Triple H threatening you.
Yeah.
And then we have a promo. 2 promos.
Yeah. First one was just Rhea Ripley, being Rhea Ripley.
Shit.
Yeah, talking shit, getting mad at Mercedes. And then we had...
You wanna kiss her?
And then we had a promo with Finn, which is basically just the aftermath of the fight. Do you remember exactly what happened? I know he had like a little sportsman-like moment with Adam Cole. I think it was basically just him kind of celebrating backstage with the title.
So basically, because I have memorized every single moment of this because I'm in love with both those men, plus Triple H, even though I don't agree with anything that Triple H does ever at all. Finn was backstage, and it was basically just like your basic, you won a title, congratulations shot. Trips, a nice little pat on his back. And then Adam Cole came out, and I kind of expected like for there to be like some bad blood.
Mm-hmm.
But instead they did the signature little Bullet Club smoochy with the hands and boop, which I really liked. That made me feel good on the inside. And Adam seemed like a very genuine person for the first time in a while. And he just said, good job, congrats. And then Finn said, I'm so tired, I could die right now, and kept walking. And they were like, Finn, how do you feel? And Finn's like, when they asked me why I came back to NXT or why I didn't leave NXT or whatever the fuck I said, it was because of this. And then he just fucks off.
You know what's weird?
I was like, go eat some dog nuts, bub.
You know what's weird? Adam's kind of making a face turn ever since the whole Pat McAfee thing. Kyle's been acting more like a face, but Bobby and Roddy.
Don't do that. This isn't the time. This isn't the time for this. Don't do that to me.
Bobby and Roddy
having a good day.
Are still acting like heels.
Stop it. Stop it. Stop.
Mike.
Complexity to men.
Mike, I wouldn't say Yui's turning on Cole. I'd say Bobby and Roddy would turn on Cole. I think Kyle would very much stick with Cole.
I'll send my microphone through my goddamn camera. I swear to God, you stop. We don't talk like that.
Bobby and Roddy turn away and form Disputed Era, while Cole and Kyle stay as Undisputed Era. So after that, we had an interview with Robert Stone. And Splucha, the point of splitting Yui in half would to put Cole and Kyle into the main roster.
There's no point. They don't want to go. Adam said he doesn't want to leave NXT for a couple of years. There's no point. Stop. Look at my goddamn heart.
Okay.
Very sad now.
So after that, we had an interview with Robert Stone. Kind of talking about, I think he was talking about the fight later, but then he moves into like a garage looking place and looks at Shotzi's tank, and then Shotzi comes in and is like, hey, what are you doing? And then out of nowhere she's attacked by, I think her name is Elise, Ellie, Ellis. Well, either way, yeah, she's attacked by this mysterious person and dropped through a curtain, knocked right into Io Shirai. And then Io and Shotzi basically chase Ellis or Elise to the ring and basically just beat the shit out of her. And we had a little moment at the end where Shotzi picks up Io's title and kind of like pulls it away. And I don't want to gloat, but I think I called it 2 weeks ago. If you look back 2 weeks from today, you would see that I said that Shotzi would get the next title shot.
I mean, when you make 41 predictions a week, sometimes you'll get it right. However, yeah, it was a cool little thing. It was really cool when I thought like maybe they would become friends and pals and hang out together and fight people together. But I'm still excited for this match next week. It's not a title match, but it's a match. Perhaps leading to a title match.
Yeah. Probably. Oh, Splucha, did I say she was going to become champ? Oh, well,
Ooh.
I think I made two separate ones. I think at first I said she's going to get the next title shot and then said she'd be champ, so.
Again, 41 predictions a week. Sooner or later. Blind squirrel gets a nut.
But after that, we had the home with the Garganos.
I thought that we were going to treat the Shotzi, Aaliyah, Io thing as a fight. I did not realize that we had 4 promos in a row.
I mean, the bell never rung, so... Or the bell never rang.
Sure, fair enough. I do like about that they were like, well, we have to fight in the ring. We're not savages.
The crowd's already here. But yeah, we had Home with Garganos where Candace and Johnny are setting up for dinner for Tegan. And Candace tells Johnny, "Don't be weird. Don't make it weird." Johnny answers the door when Tegan comes in a white V-neck t-shirt and starts making things weird.
Johnny portrayed me perfectly in this scenario, I have to say.
I can't even be specific with how he was being weird, but he was being weird. And then they sit down for dinner. And I think that's where this segment ends. Picks up a couple times after this.
We got 41 hours of this segment, and I was thankful for it. Because one thing that stands out to me is Johnny quite literally makes a very tense, up high, down low, oh, too slow. I was like, Johnny, stop. However, it is 100%, that's me, whenever Mark has a friend over that I don't like. Like, no, I'll be civil.
So after that, we had Tim Tam Thatchy Thatch's unsanctioned teaching time.
Got 5?
Yep, we did. And he's basically going over Damian Priest's fighting style. I don't have unlikable friends, Mike. Liz just hates some of my friends sometimes for being who they are.
I don't like a lot of people, quite honestly. That's my toxic. My toxic trait is that I hate a lot of people pretty quickly.
True.
I'm a joy to be around.
But yeah, Tim Tam is going over Damian Priest's fighting style and basically pointing out how he likes to gloat. He likes to not stand with his feet on the ground, because when you have your feet on the ground, you're in control. And it's kind of just foreshadowing his match with Damian next week. But better, I think it was better than the unsanctioned murder time.
Lest we forget, Tim Tam says he thinks life is just so fun. Life's a game. But no, life isn't fun. Life grinds you down like a match with me. And I said, is that what this has been? Is that the simulation that everyone talks about? Is it just you grinding us all down? I love Timmy so much. Tim Tams. Tim Tam Thatchy Thatch. Tim Tam Thatchy Thatch's arms are ready for the matchy match. Oh shit. Is it my turn?
Yes, it is.
All right.
Very quickly.
I'll make it quick. I won't, actually. I've got a lot to say about this. So we have question mark versus Ashante V. Adonis. Very weird to make V the one that's in the quotations, but that's fine. Ashante is not impressed by anything Velveteen Dream does. He says, "You think you're cute, huh? I'll show you being cute. I'll do it better than you." And I said, all right, go for it. I mean, Velveteen looks kind of like a 50-year-old man in a 20-something-year-old's body, so.
Very easy to be cuter than him.
Yeah, it's not that hard. Dream kind of gets off, like, beating the shit out of him. Then Adonis clotheslines Dream. Suplexes him into the ether, drop kicks him, tries to roll him up, doesn't work, but manages a neckbreaker DDT on him. Then Adonis drop kicks the ref. I guess that's kind of where things went a little south, because then Dream drives Adonis back first into the canvas. Before I get on to the second part of what happened here, I just want to say, at first we were like, oh, who's Dream fighting? Maybe it's Cameron Grimes. But and we realized that it was like a jobber, essentially. I was like, oh, well, shit, this is going to be a quick match and Dream's going to look good. That sucks. I thought the whole point of an enhancement talent was that you're supposed to beat them in 5 seconds by like just absolutely fucking destroying them and not letting them get a single hit on you. But I mean, besides a couple of punches, more or less, the Dream only got one move in on the Adonis tonight.
Yeah, Adonis looked fantastic.
Like, if this was the only match that happened tonight, I had to choose fighter of the night, it would be Adonis.
Yeah.
It looked like shit. So I don't really know what the point of this was.
The point was for what happened after the fight.
Yes, because Dream got the microphone. I was like, oh, Christ on a cracker. I've got to listen to this freak fucking talk. And then Kushida comes out of absolutely nowhere and beats the shit out of Dream, stopping him from talking into the microphone, which was absolutely a public service at that point. But, like, Kushida was unhinged. Just... Sometimes when, like, people beat Velveteen Dream up, I'm like, hope this isn't kayfabe. Hope that this is real.
As we'll see in the next fight.
I was gonna say, frankly, judging by, like, what I've heard about the locker room versus Velveteen, I feel like some of that vitriol has to carry over into the ring at some point sooner or later.
Yeah.
I can't see it not happening.
Especially Bronson Reed, who on Twitter is a very progressive person and seems very outwardly spoken about like social justice and stuff like that. So if anyone's going to do it on the male roster, I feel like it would be him.
Maybe that's why we had to get Bronson Reed with Velveteen Dream Light, because they were like, if we put you in with Velveteen Dream, it's probably going to be bad for everybody. So
yeah.
Trips is like, please don't hurt my son. Be a creep, but he's mine. Yeah. It's a beautiful match when you take Dream out of the picture entirely.
So after that,
I like to...
sorry. After that,
I was leading you into this.
Okay, well, after that, we had a promo with Breezango, which we've gotten confirmation now from Tyler Breeze himself. It's pronounced Breezango, or it's Breezango. It's like Breezango.
We know he's Tyler Breeze. That part's not hard to pronounce. We
will have to wait until we get confirmation from Fandango for the full confirmation. But this is the best we're gonna get for now.
Sure, Imperium can't even pronounce it correctly, so
they're basically just talking about their titles, and then we go to Imperium at one point, and they're upset that Breezango doesn't take anything seriously. And I think they said they're like making a mockery of the title, something like that, and it just confirms that we're gonna be getting a tag team championship match next week between Breezango and Imperium. And then after that, we go back to the Garganos for some more dinner time. This time, we're actually having dinner, and things are a bit awkward. I think is this where Johnny says? Yeah, Johnny says things are awkward, and leaves the dinner table.
He's got to put Padme to bed.
Yeah, he's got to put a little Padme to bed.
Who was eating off of Candace's plate, and I was like, stop feeding your dog spaghetti. Not good for him. Her. It.
Yeah, this isn't really where things pick up. It'll be the next one where things really start to happen. But it's kind of them, I guess, starting to reminisce over being friends. But things kind of turn a little south. But then after that, we move into the next fight. Elizabeth?
Thank you, sir. I do want to make a point. Beginning of the Breezango promo, smelling their titles. It's not an important point.
And
it's a point all the same.
Fandango kisses his very lightly.
And throws it behind him at one point.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
Tries to toss it onto his shoulder and then just yeets it behind him.
Oh.
I said, My boys are back. Mr. McElroy, Chet Shetterfield. All right. Oh, we got Breed. We got Breed.
We got Breed.
Bronson Reed versus 3 question marks. 3 question marks, aka Austin Theory, tries to get a headlock on Reed. Reed kind of just shoulder attacks Theory, sending him all the way to the ground. Austin Theory is just kind of talking shit. So Bronson Reed says, I'm going to choke the Christ out of you. Theory powers out, and Reed just kind of bulldozes him back to the ground. Drops some elbows on him. And then chokes him out so much that his face turns purple. And it doesn't return to a normal color for the rest of the fucking match.
Oh, it's so good. It's so good.
It was perhaps the most volatile shit I've seen in a very long time. And I've watched at least 5 people get punted by Randy Orton. So, Theory finally, I don't know, his final moments, some elbows into Bronson Reed, tries to roll him up, but it's Bronson Reed, so he just sits on Theory. Reed then sends Theory flying outside of the ring. Gets a waistlock on Austin. Once more, kind of assumed that the upper half of Austin was going to turn purple. It was still just his face. Which makes sense. I'm sure there's not a lot of air getting up there anyways. Reed is then sent into the turnbuckle by Austin Theory. Theory kind of gets a couple of submission moves on Bronson. It doesn't really matter much because Bronson powers out and does exactly what we always scream at the TV for the wrestlers to do when the smaller guy is on their back, which is quite literally just fall backwards. Bronson Reed goes back, slams Austin Theory into the canvas. He then kind of throws him around like a little rag doll. It's an atomic drop on Theory. The atomic drop, he lands quite literally on the penis area. Normally when like a wrestler like kind of like does like the splash in the corner, I'm like, oh, whatever. That doesn't mean much to me. Once Reed did it today to Austin, I said, like, that looked like it hurt. Like, that looked like Austin Theory was rigid. And when Bronson came into him, he was like, then suplexes Theory into the canvas. Theory still manages to kick out. I don't know how. He gets a drop on Reed, but after a couple forearms and a blockbuster, which sort of looked more like a suplex, I couldn't really tell who got injured more, but because it was a suplex, maybe they both got just as injured. And Austin tries to lift Bronson, but he can't. His little knees are just clacking together. So he drops Bronson on himself. He goes off the top rope and smushes Austin Theory, and then Bronson wins. And I was happy. Yes.
Spoocher just said, don't you guys mean Austin Query? Query? Like the question?
I know.
I'm coming
Austin
around.
Query.
I'm coming around to Bronson. Not just because he fought 3 question marks, but because I feel like he's really developing his fighting style. At first it was just like, I'm big, I stand, I don't take hits, I crush. But now it's like he's kind of using it creatively. He's kind of developing the Otis thing, but kind of his own style of it, and I really like it right now.
He seems smarter in the ring right now than he was previously. Like, it seems less like he's like, I am very big and I fall on people a lot. Like, I'm gonna do this thing because this is what's gonna hurt you right now, and that's what I need to do.
Yeah.
to be fair, I can't. Not that I know that I'll ever come to like an actual like. What's the word? I don't know the word. Conclusion as to how I feel.
Mm-hmm.
But they have been putting Bronson up in ways that like I haven't hated. And especially because Bronson has fought people I don't quite like recently. I don't know, who did he fight last week?
Damien. Oh no. Last week it was I don't think he fought anyone last week. Because last week
he just got beaten up by everybody else and then.
Yeah, because he was doing the interview. The week before that was the North American thing, I believe, or takeover. Sorry. His last.
Oh, I'm talking.
Okay.
That is final. I was just gonna say that I think I can't tell if I'm liking him more because they are putting him in this position of like fighting somebody that I fucking hate.
Mm-hmm.
And even before he was accused of anything, I did not like him at all. I don't like his fighting style. I think he's a really shit fighter. I think that he sells his moves horribly. I think he sells moves against him horribly. I cannot stand the like Three Stooges way that he has like about like passing out, where he's just like, I'm like, it's not, doesn't make sense. And that, like if that was his bit, like if that was his gimmick, maybe I get it. But his gimmick is being dumb hot jock, basically.
His haircut sucks.
Dude, his haircut looks like shit right now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to talk about his physical form because I made a comment about that earlier. And frankly, I'm sure that he can bench considerably more than I could ever imagine benching, so I'm not going to talk about it. But that said, and he probably takes care of his body better than I could ever. I like Jin. I was just going to say that his haircut looks like shit. He dyed it darker. He's got the Johnny Gargano fade, which I have excuse for Johnny.
Johnny can back it up and be a good person.
Yeah. And a good fighter.
Yeah. But after that, we had an interview with Adam Cole.
Okay.
I don't remember so much what this interview was about.
Would you like me to fill you in?
Yes, please.
All right. It was once again, Adam Cole can cut a goddamn promo like no other. Basically, someone just sat down next to him, probably again Sarah or Mackenzie. I don't know, one of them. They're blonde. They look basically the same. Especially within the 5 seconds I normally see them. But Mackenzie, Sarah said, "Are you sad?" Question mark. Because you lost sad? That was the general core of the question. Like, do you feel bad that you lost? And he's like, no, the better man won tonight. It was like a really genuinely nice interview. He was like, Finn looked really good. I am upset that I didn't win, but I shouldn't have won in this situation with the way I fought. And then he follows it up with, Finn better fucking hope that I don't go after that title again, because when I do, I'm going to kick his goddamn ass. That was the gist. Those were not the words, but that was the gist of what he said. And frankly, you have two guys that are so closely acquainted with the NXT Championship title. I think that's a great promo because it doesn't really push Adam into more of a face or more of a heel spotlight.
Mm-hmm.
It's straight up just exactly what someone should say, especially in WWE when like people don't quite know when it's real and when it's not.
Right. Because
he said something really nice where he said, I like very honest, like I didn't fight well. He fought better, which wasn't true. He fought really well. He didn't say that, but like he said, like he was the better man. He should have won. Also, though, I do want that back. Don't fucking test me.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, perfect. Why can't we all be doing this stuff? It was respectful to the interviewer, it was respectful to the opponent, and it was respectful to himself. Sorry. Really like Adam.
Who doesn't, honestly?
Or someone.
But after that promo, we had a promo with Mercedes Martinez, which is basically the same thing as Rhea's, where it was her talking shit about the match. Same old, same old. And that's it. Then we move into the next fight.
Love that the Mercedes promo was like, "You want to fight in a cage? All right." And I was like, well, yeah, that's what you guys are scheduled to do tonight.
That's the plan.
I sure hope you're cool with it.
I hope you already agreed to it.
Because she was acting like she was already inside the cage too, so I was like, I haven't already agreed to it, babe. You really got to figure your shit out, pronto. All right. Roddy versus Killian. First question: where the fuck is Kyle? Kyle wasn't there. I don't know. I will end it all.
This was kind of...
end it all.
This was my main reasoning for Kyle kind of splitting up. Just because he wasn't here last time he was with them. He was kind of mad at what they were doing, being all brutal and everything. So,
right. So here's the thing. First of all, again, where the fuck is Kyle? However, then Bobby came out and I said, Bobby Fish, upstate Albany,
Bobby Tuna,
yeah. Bobby and I, upstate New Yorkers, trash. Bobby's awesome. Bobby's probably the best example of an upstate New Yorker that you're ever gonna goddamn get. Even from the way that he yells into the ring constantly through this match, I feel like I've heard the same upstate New Yorker yell into every sporting event I've ever heard. Pick one dad out of the crowd, he can do the same goddamn thing. Especially when Bobby was like, "Light him up, Roddy! Light him up!" I was like, I've heard that. I've heard that too many times to count. Anyways, I'm not thinking too much about the Kyle thing, mostly because of the current situation with the pandemic. And the fact that we were kind of lucky just to get Kyle in the first place coming back. He did. I'm sure that he's just trying not to push things too much. And nobody on the announced team said anything that was like, "Where's Kyle tonight?"
Mm-hmm.
If they had made a comment outside of the fact that I think they brought him up once when they mentioned the match last week. If they had made a comment, then I would have been like, but they didn't. So I'm not too worried, but I also am worried. So figure that out. Also, just quick sidebar. I just want to make a note. Adam Cole said that Bobby swore too much a lot, at least in the beginning of NXT, when they were all on there coming out of Ring of Honor. Apparently he swore way too much and Adam had to yell at him a couple times because he was swearing on camera. And that was when I knew. I was like, that was fucking fair.
Thank you, Spooky the Toast, for following.
Thank you, Spooky the Toast, for having the best damn name. God.
So do you want to start us off?
Am I supposed to be talking about the match and not just Bobby Fish?
Yeah.
Weird. Very weird. Sorry. So let's use some context here. This match happened because Kyle fought Drake.
Yes.
We missed the entire fight because our TV broke, but assuming that is the case, Kyle fought Drake last week. Killian Dane ended up in the ring somehow, I believe. And Roddy sent a chair into him. So Dane said, "Okay, if you want to do it that way, let's have a match." And Roddy, when faced with the consequences of his decisions, said, "Oh my god, that's Killian Dane. I'm going to just step out of the ring real fucking fast." And peace. He yeeted himself out of there for a hot second. Finally got back in. Again, very Elizabeth move. Yeah, you reap what you sow, but my god, what you sowed was horrible. How dare you? So Roddy does what Roddy does best, and he just kind of Dane's head. Just just to start the match. Roddy once more fucks off out of the ring and uses Bobby as a shield. Bobby doesn't seem to care too goddamn much because he's still screaming, light him up.
Uses him as a distraction, a decoy.
Fair, but Bobby also took a hit, so sort of a shield. But again, Bobby doesn't care, still screaming on the sidelines like any good father would do.
He's like, good use of a decoy, Roddy.
You're doing exactly what I taught you. I love that.
As he's like laying on the ground in pain.
He's a father, dude. You took the cheap way out. I'm proud of you, son. I love Undisputed Era so much. I wish I liked a lot of their merch because I don't. And I really want one of their shirts. I'll probably just I know for a fact I have no money right now. I'm going to end up buying another Finn Balor shirt and I'm going to buy the Undisputed Era shirt because I can't stop myself. And I need to have some sort of like external validation for the things I love.
Mm-hmm.
Might be a problem. Who knows? Anyways, Roddy throws. Roddy doesn't throw anyone. Roddy is thrown in the corner. He tries to get a sleeper hold on Killian. Kicks Dane in the head. Dane throws Roddy down into the ring and stands a little too close to the edge. And Bobby takes his whole ass legs out and then scrambles away like, no, I don't want to be seen. And then Roddy's just kind of being wily as hell, like a little fucking cat. Just trying to grapple, but like it's not grappling because he's just kind of like on the back of Killian, just finding a place.
Mm-hmm.
He still ends up getting tossed. So, and then Killian just clotheslines Roddy over and over, crossbodies him. Bobby's doing his best. He's insulting Killian from the sidelines. Killian's not paying attention. He has tunnel vision on like his prey. Bobby calls him a big stupid something. Which I said, oh no, you're really trying to censor yourself now. This is what happens after years and years of swearing your whole goddamn life. You have to censor yourself for an insult. This comes out silly. It comes out silly as hell. It's like a Kids Bop insult.
Kids Bop insult.
Roddy works out of a move that would ultimately end up in him getting thrown. He kicks Dane. Does a modified insecurity to Dane. Dane goes up to the top rope after tossing Roddy around a bit. Bobby pulls Roddy out of the canvas like a good father would do. And then Bobby gets slugged in the goddamn nose. Like, Bobby's got kind of a big nose, so Wade Barrett said Bobby stuck his nose into something a little too far this time. I was like, oh, come on. That's not nice. That's just mean. Roddy manages to send a knee to the chin of Killian Dane, allowing him to win. I love Undisputed Era so much. I love them getting back to their old heelish ways. I really hope that this does not affect anything, so help me God if it does. I will probably cry. I love it. I love it so much. And then we step away for a hot second just to relive the match. And when we come back, they're kicking Killian Dane. They're just kicking him. And Drake Maverick comes in, as one should expect, with a steel pipe that Wade Barrett calls a baseball bat at first. I was like, that's a bit too shiny, I think. And I really thought that Drake was going to do like some damage. But instead, Bobby Fish just kind of grabs him by the shoulder and pulls him down. That's that on that. Killian grabs the steel pipe, and both doofy boys run off in different directions. I was like, my babies, yay, yay. And then It's just Drake in the corner, and Killian's got the steel pipe, and Killian's like, I could kill you right now. I really could. And he doesn't. And Drake's like, wait, Killian, don't go. I love you. You're my best friend. Be my best friend? And Killian almost looks like he's about to shake Drake Maverick's hand, and then just punches him in the face. It hurts so bad.
We've had so many betrayals.
And this one doesn't even mean anything to me, but, like, it hurts so much because Drake was just like, be my friend, please. Killian was like, nah, not feeling it tonight. But what matters at the end of the day, I got to see Bobby Fish. Rock on, brother.
So after that, we had the final home with the Garganos, where Tegan and Candice are again reminiscing about their past and being friends, but then things get a little heated and awkward when they start talking about why things went south and the disagreements there. And it got to the point where Candice said she's going to be NXT Women's Champion. And Tegan was like, what? Huh? And then Candice tosses some salad onto Tegan. Tegan takes a little bite and says, need something. And then throws water into Candice's face. And then they start arguing a lot. Johnny comes in and says, whoa, you need to leave. You're a bad person. To Tegan, not Candice. And then Tegan pours spaghetti all over Johnny. And then she stormed out, but before that, Candice tried to throw something at Tegan, only for her to duck and throw it right into the TV, causing it to break, and Johnny was very sad by the broken TV. Good thing Padme wasn't there, otherwise she would have thrown something. But we'll probably be getting Tegan versus Candice next week.
My favorite part about this was that we got Johnny straight up knows his wife is out of her goddamn gourd. He still 100% came downstairs and was like, no, Tegan, that's my wife. You don't throw a drink at my wife. Get out.
No matter how crazy Candice was acting, Johnny had her back.
I love the loyalty. Real quick before you jump into the next promo, by the way, I do want to say Ashante the Adonis, or
Ashante the Adonis.
Previously wrestled Tahuti Miles, and he was a regular on 205 Live.
Okay.
So that's why we have no clue who the hell he is.
Gotcha.
Continue. I just opened an article and I saw that. It was not even an article about him, but...
After that, we had an interview with Damian Priest. I don't remember too much about this interview. I think it was a response to Timothy Thatcher. Oh yeah, he said Timothy Thatcher was ugly. And I think that he wanted to fight him next week for the North American title. So that's announced. So we've got 2 title matches next week so far.
I just want to say. Coming around to Damian. Coming around to him. But if I had to choose... Now, in this scenario, I said to Mark, if he had a gun to his head, because he wouldn't choose. If I had to choose one person based on their looks between Damian and Timothy, Tim Tam, Thatchy Thatch, arm and muscles, ready for the matchy match, I would choose Tim Tams. Always. Hands down. He might be crazy, but my God. He doesn't resort to name calling.
So that was that. That was the last promo of the night.
Dive in.
Dive into the last fight, baby.
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 Glad you could see the shadow of my other hand because you couldn't see it on the camera. All right. Mercedes versus Rhea. Really didn't know how this was going to go. Mercedes brought a kendo stick. Starts loading the cage up with shit. And Rhea decides that this is ridiculous and it's taking far too long and attacks her. Throwing Mercedes into the cage side, not into the cage. And then slamming her head between the outside cage wall and the door. Rhea then puts the table into play. A steel chair almost hits Rhea, but she ducks. Rhea then throws Mercedes between the ropes and the cage, pulls her back against the ropes, and pushes her boot into Mercedes' spine. Rhea is then almost sent into the turnbuckle, but Rhea is almost sent into the turnbuckle by Mercedes, but she stops herself, sends a boot to the jaw of Martinez, then kicks Martinez on the side, kind of stomps her in the noggin. Rhea goes for the riptide, but she gets launched instead. Stone begins mocking Rhea, so Rhea punches the cage, and I said, that's probably not the smartest move, babes. Like, that's not. It's not going to go through. You're not going to make contact. Rhea then kicks a steel chair away that Mercedes was about to use. She goes to the top rope. Martinez meets her up there and slams her into that steel chair. Didn't look nice, didn't look fun. Martinez now has the upper hand. She slams a kendo stick into Rhea. Rhea slugs her to make her drop the stick. And Martinez just kind of hauls off instead. She's like, I don't need the stick. I have fists. Rhea then fights out of an F5. She sends Martinez into the turnbuckle, gets a backbreaker on her, and drop kicks her in the face. Martinez German suplexes Rhea off the top rope. It was just, oh my god, unbearable. That was bad to watch. That hurt.
She tries to top it later.
Yeah, she does. And like, Mercedes looked goddamn frightening tonight.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Martinez then gets up on the top rope. Rhea throws a chair to her face. Rhea then drop kicks Martinez in the chest, gets up to the top rope to meet her, and looks like she's going for something nasty. She gets her superplex off the top rope to Martinez. Martinez then spine busters Rhea. Rhea does an electric chair face buster. Oh. Like, it wasn't just like a face buster. Like, my god, it looked like Martinez landed on her quite literal face. And I was like,
that's what she gets for smashing Rhea's face.
Fair. She didn't come up with a bloody nose.
That was a receipt.
Then there's a leg sub to Rhea. Or from Rhea. Martinez kendo sticks herself free of it. Robert Stone is now trying to climb the walls like a small kitten to get inside. I guess he wants a piece of the action. I don't know why he would want that, because Rhea has never been anything but cruel to him, and frankly, I'm pretty sure if he got in the way of Mercedes, he would also find his head up his own ass. So, Rhea notices this and says, I will kill you. Let's go. She goes up to the side that he's climbing up. Tries to kind of get him off. Martinez then kendo sticks Rhea away by slapping her in the spine. She then knocks Rhea into... I don't understand this note, but I guess Mercedes then knocks Rhea into the chair that is in the middle of the ring with a neck breaker off the absolute highest goddamn point that they could possibly reach without reaching the top of the wall.
I just wanna acknowledge something in the chat right now. Yes, the Mysterio fam they are heels for their receipts, because Aaliyah, Angie, They weren't cashing in receipts, okay? They weren't. They were all brutalizing Murphy, an innocent man who was unarmed. He was literally trapped in the ropes. Mercedes was armed. She'd brought all those weapons into the ring. I mean, Murphy even gave the whole family kendo sticks. That was how nice he was. Anyway. And I don't hate Aaliyah. Not the NXT Aaliyah. Thank you.
Anyways. So Mercedes has the table set up. She wants to suplex Rhea into it. Rhea is working as goddamn hard as she possibly fucking can to not have that happen. Rhea then... If you didn't see this match, by the way, I want you to note from the moment that I told you Robert Stone was trying to get into the cage to the fade out at the end of the show, Robert Stone was then just kind of flung over the side of the top of the cage wall, just hanging there, just vibing, honestly. And frankly, can't judge that. Not even a little bit. Absolutely how I feel nowadays. As a final move, Rhea carries Mercedes all the way through a riptide.
Oh, you're frozen.
Strength to...
Oh, you froze for a few seconds.
Did I?
Yeah. You froze right after you said... Right after you said carried her through riptide. Then you froze.
Oh. She carried her all the way through a riptide and then through the table. The fucking strength that has to take to be holding someone the entire way down, more or less.
Yeah.
Stunning. She wins. Robert Stone, still on the cage wall. Does not come down. Probably still there.
Yeah. I just wish I'd seen that ultraplex onto Robert.
What ultraplex?
That would have been from the top of the steel cage, like
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Like, I don't remember an ultraplex happening.
I wish we had seen it.
Yeah. Bananas. Bonkers.
Yeah.
Do you want to move into the best of the night before you make everyone in the chat mad at you?
Oh no, they're already mad.
God damn it, Mark!
But that's okay. That's okay, because I love luchadors. Just, I don't think the Mysterio family is as innocent as they claim to be. That's just my 2 cents.
I want to say that Mark's views and comments do not reflect the entirety of the Pinfall podcast, because there is still me and the cat that have other views and comments. Cat's comment is, "Oh my god, I haven't been fed in so long. Thank God there's food here."
Even though we feed her same time every day. So, best of the night. So, start with promo of the night. I think this is kind of straightforward for the both of us. So we started off with a promo with Rhea, kind of just talking shit about the fight coming up. Nothing too special. Same old with NXT. Then we had the promo with Finn again. Well, this one's different. This is a little more sportsmanlike. It's more wholesome. I really enjoyed this, but I don't think it was the best we had tonight. After that, we had the interview with Robert Stone that took us all the way from what I assume was the garage where Shotzi's tank was to the ring, where Aaliyah was getting beaten up by Io and Shotzi. Very, very fun promo. I very much enjoyed this. You know what? If this is picked, it would be a vote for Aaliyah, so you guys can all be satisfied. And then after that, we had Home with the Garganos. I'll consider all of them in one promo. Was very fun. I would say it was a little underwhelming, to be honest. We got a little bickering, little food fight, but not what I was hoping for. Even if it had that same outcome, I'm not even mad about the different outcome. Just like I was a little underwhelmed by the whole thing. After that, we had Tim Tam Thatchy Thatch's unsanctioned teaching time. Breaking down all of Damien's moves and how much he likes to gloat. Oh my god, what is happening? Did you turn on like the floodlights or something?
I use my computers. I've been using my computer's light as like a way to illuminate myself.
Mm-hmm.
And when I have the chat open and it's on dark mode, which it normally is, it's a little too dark. So I was like, I'll turn the brightness. I'll turn it on to like not dark mode. The brightness was all the way up and it just like took me out.
But after that, we move into the Breezango promo. It's got a couple nice moments with Breezango, kissing their belts. Fandango throwing his belt. But overall, it wasn't a very substantial promo. Oh, you're being called a heel now.
Wait, no, I'm not a heel. I just need to use I was on dark mode normally. Guys, I'm not the heel here. Mark's the heel. I'm a nice person.
I don't know. You don't use dark mode.
Good guy.
So after the Breezango promo, we have the Adam Cole interview. Nice moment. Pretty wholesome. Not too substantial. But still nice. And then we had the Mercedes promo. After that, we had the Damien interview. Again, not too substantial, but leads us into something for next week. So my pick for promo of the night, I think is obvious. Chat will all be satisfied by this. Is what started as the Robert Stone interview turning into Aaliyah getting bullied by Io and Shotzi.
I don't know. Chad just called me a heel because I wanted to turn my brightness on so people could see me. So now I feel kind of sad. It's okay. I don't feel sad. Don't worry about it.
Is this like my face turn and your heel turn? Is that what this is?
I've always been on dark mode. I've been on dark mode the last however long. I just want to be able to be seen. Look,
all heels don't start out as heels.
Okay, as long as you keep calling the Mysterio family heels, I think you're also a heel, babe.
So what's your pick?
Anyways. It's also my pick, okay? Normally it would be Finn and Adam, but the transitions were so smooth in this. Just so smooth. Everything just flowed. Gorgeous. Gorgeous, darling, I tell you.
Well, I'm just typing everything out in
giving anyone. Wow.
Okay. Oh. Okay. So, fighter of the night. I think I'm also pretty set on this one too. So we start off with Finn versus Adam Cole. My pick here is Finn, although Adam was also excellent. Both were amazing fighters. I think Finn was out of this world. He had such range in his fighting style today. And he just looked so powerful even when he was suffering from a knee injury. Don't know if it was real. Don't know if it was fake. I'm going to go ahead and assume it was real. Because he seems like he's susceptible to knee damage. He looks like he's got weak knees. But I think he was definitely the best fighter of this opening match. Again, not to say Adam Cole was doing poorly, but Finn was clearly dominant here. And then after that, we move into 4 question marks versus Ashante the Adonis. And I mean, one person did one move, and the other person looked very dominant in what was supposed to be an enhancement match. So I got to pick Adonis for this. He looked fantastic for this being his first match of the year. He looked absolutely outstanding against 4 question marks. And hopefully this is kind of like his start to the year after being on 205 Live. I definitely want to see more of him, but since he is on 205 Live, he's probably only going to be used as enhancement talent. After that, we move into Bronson Reed versus 3 question marks, Austin Query. And I gotta go with Bronson. He looked amazing. He looked fantastic. He looked smart. He looked calculated. Everything that he was doing today was great. Definitely a step up from the Bronson we have been seeing. And I hope they just keep developing him even more. I want to see a Bronson that can really like put up a fight against some big dogs, and he already has, but I want to see him do it convincingly. After that, we had Roddy versus Killian. Killian didn't do too much, honestly, besides hulking around the ring. Roddy did a lot. He not only was pulling off great-looking moves, but he was just showing off that wonderful personality of his that makes his half of Undisputed Era so wonderful and heely. And then finally we have Rhea Ripley versus Mercedes Martinez, and I gotta give it to Rhea. She looked awesome. She did everything so well. She sold so much so well, and then that Riptide to finish it off was beautiful. Rhea looked outstanding. And somehow managed to not have any of her makeup smear anywhere.
Amazing.
So, with all that said, it's tough. Today was a great day for fighters. But I gotta go with the new NXT champion, Finn Balor.
It's a tough one. It's a really tough one, I think. Between the Rhea fight and the Finn fight. Yeah, I'm not joking. I'm wearing his shirt. How can I not agree with you at this hour? No, I thought he was amazing. Regardless of the injuries or not, he played it off nicely. It was fake. I assume it was, but again, it is one of those things that they can play into very easily because he did fuck up his knee several times. So I definitely, I'm gonna go with that. Yeah, I love this fight. I thought that Finn looked amazing. I was really worried because they were like, haha, our championship match for the entirety of this goddamn brand is our first match tonight. I was like, oh, nothing stupid's gonna happen, but nothing stupid happened, actually. It was a very good fight.
It was very straightforward.
I've got to go with Phineas. Phineas looked great. It's a 3-way for me between Phineas, Adam, and Rhea, but in that extra little percentage.
Yeah.
By the way, the burn scars, they're never going away. I've accepted it. I'm stuck here. So, can't wait. This is my life now.
So after, or I don't know what I'm talking about. Fight of the night. I don't know where I was going with that. Fight of the night. We started off with Finn Balor versus Adam Cole. Great way to start off the night. Wonderful half-hour long wrestling match. There weren't too many beats in there. It was very much just a straight wrestling match. No gimmicks, no weird things in the mix. Very much just I don't want to say no holds barred because that is like a stipulation, but it was very much like a no holds barred between the both of them. Both were doing excellently. And I'm really excited to where they're going to bring bring Finn Balor and Adam Cole, but mostly Finn Balor now that he's the champion. And I wonder where this takes Adam Cole now that the champion storyline is finally away from him. We thought we got it away from him after he lost to Keith Lee, but he's circled around to that. But now he's out of it. Yeah, we could get Balor versus Ciampa. Especially now that Ciampa is like pure heel now. We'll definitely get a whole Karrion Kross storyline when Karrion's back. That would be a very interesting storyline. And maybe we'll see the return of the Demon Prince. But after that, you don't want to see the Demon Prince?
I made a face like I might be accepting of that, but I'm probably not. Oh, Mike, you don't think Kross is coming back?
I definitely think he is, because he and Scarlett have both been tweeting and posting that they are coming back for the title. They have.
Yeah, okay. My question was more so what Mike thought, where Mike thought he was going, rather whether it was leaving WWE or going further up in the roster.
I mean, I could see Kross losing to Finn and then moving up to the main roster. But the fact that they very explicitly both tweeted saying we'll be watching tonight's match to see who we take the title back from. So
I think that we'll probably see Karrion going up to Raw, because I obviously don't see him going to SmackDown. I don't know why. I just don't see that happening at all.
They'd probably follow Keith.
Right. And not even for that. I just feel like if Kross were to go anywhere where he had like a valid fight, and like good opponents, I would say that I can see him going to Raw probably in the next few months. I don't necessarily see him coming back from injury and then going to Raw. But I do think that what you're saying is probably accurate, that he'll come back maybe for like a second and a half to say farewell almost, and then go to Raw.
Lose a title fight.
Also, if Karrion Kross does come up, are they still going to let Scarlett do her weird calisthenics in the middle of the ring?
Yes.
I hope so, because if they don't,
it would be on the same network. Same time.
Better be utilizing Scarlett just the same.
But so after the Finn Adam fight, we move on to 4 question marks versus Ashante the Adams. Enhancement talent that
Adams
very much
enhancement talent.
No, 4 question marks was the enhancement talent that got a leg up.
No, I know you said the Adams enhancement talent.
Oh, did I?
Yes.
Oh. Ashante the Adams. I mean, Adonis looked good. 4 question marks, did 1 move, and that was it. Can't give anything to this fight. I'm just gonna move on. So then we have Bronson Reed versus 3 question marks, a slightly better match. That had Bronson, in my opinion, at his best. 3 question marks. As pure wrestling, wasn't awful. I loved his whole purple face. Yeah, I think Bronson was the real highlight here. Don't know where this is going story-wise, but I'm mostly in it for Bronson. I've turned a new leaf on him. I'm down to clown. But after that, we had Roddy versus Killian. Not a super interesting fight in and of itself. I'm interested where they're taking Drake and Killian. I thought we would get a weird tag team between the two, but
son.
Yeah, but after Killian's attack, I don't think we will get that. At least not now. And I'm also wondering what's going to happen with Bobby and Roddy. Like, what's going on there?
There's no point in wondering.
So yeah, I think the most interesting parts of this fight were the story elements rather than the fight itself. But after that, we move into the steel cage match between Rhea Ripley and Mercedes Martinez, which was a very interesting fight. Thank you, Nothing Personal Kid 22 for the follow.
Can I just say something real quick?
Yeah.
I do feel like Killian and Drake will sooner or later come together, because at this point we're seeing Killian, or rather Drake, seems to be really desperate for this friendship, because I think he also needs the protection.
Oh yeah.
So I feel like we're going to see that come together sooner or later. And because we've been focusing so much on Killian and Drake and Undisputed and Drake and Undisputed and Killian, it's like, maybe this is going to be our Nia Jax, Shayna Baszler of NXT.
Yeah.
2 men.
I just don't know, like, why we had the whole Santos Drake thing in the first place.
I just don't know why we talked about the Cruiserweight title so goddamn much when now it's back to 205 Live. So, like, it doesn't seem to matter.
Is it back
much?
to 205 Live?
I mean, we haven't seen anyone talking about it really outside of the fact, like, Swerve and Santos, if they're in the same ring, it's like, all of a sudden, they're like, oh, by the way, with the Cruiserweight title, blah, 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 you know.
Mm-hmm. Drake Maverick needs to be on 105 Live. Oh, man.
My little man!
But anyway, the Rhea Ripley Mercedes Martinez fight, great fight that I think had the story beats that the first match was missing. The whole Robert Stone bit where he's climbing the cage was it added an extra comedy element that was hilarious. And everything in the ring too made it a whole lot more interesting, and it didn't feel like a Dominic Mysterio street fight, how it's very much just we exclusively use these weapons and that's it. No, we also got a lot of great wrestling moves in the mix, especially the Riptide, which by the way is an amazing name for a move. And Mercedes was looking great too. I mean, I haven't really been convinced by her until now. I think she looked like an amazing wrestler today. And hopefully we get her in more matches like this. The best part of this match was Robert Stone just hanging on the top of the steel cage. The most relatable thing in this entire match. So
I felt that in the deepest corners of my soul. I felt that. Nothing serious really happened to him, but after a point, he was just like, yeah, that's fair.
So, I think my pick for fight of the night, based on the comparison of story beats and it being a comprehensible, story as opposed to a title match, I've got to give it to Rhea Ripley versus Mercedes Martinez. It had more substance than I think the Finn Balor Adam Cole fight, although it is very close because one is a much better Raw fight. The other one is a better sequence and a better segment.
It's interesting. 12:06 at night. I'm pretty goddamn tired. That's never stopped me from voicing my goddamn opinions. See, I don't agree with you.
Okay.
I personally believe that the Finn Balor Adam Cole fight was peak. Peak. It's not a shout out to the clothing brand, but may as well be. Peak NXT. Because we got a match between two guys who wanted this thing so goddamn badly. And who have proven that they wanted it so goddamn badly for a while now. That was not only an amazing fight, it had a really awesome story. I thought it was really interesting. And the time was passing and I didn't even care about it.
Mm-hmm. Unlike the
there
Iron Man match.
Right. Well, the Iron Man match, I was like, it's been 45 minutes. Can we count it down a little faster? I like just hand-to-hand matches more than I like matches that involve steel cage alone is not like my problem. I don't like when things are brought in. I don't like the tables. I don't like the chairs. Because, like, yeah, I can swing a chair at anyone and hurt them. I can't actually injure a person. I know myself. I really liked this first match. I really liked Finn finally getting what he is due. Something that we have been demanding for however goddamn long at this point. And I feel like when you culminate the fighting, which was impeccable, even when they looked like they were like on their last goddamn legs, when you culminate that with the storyline leading into this match, even as far back as like however many years ago now, I think 1 or 2, like I think that this was the perfect ending to that like extended period of like give Finn some goddamn recognition. That's me. And that's my vibe.
Now, you make good points. Not about not about like the using the chairs and stuff. I'll see you're frozen right now. I don't know if it's gonna disconnect at all.
Aw.
Okay. I think you're back. I can hear you now. That's a start, but you're still frozen. Oh, I can't hear you anymore.
I can hear you.
Okay.
Of course, this is what happened in the last 5 minutes of this goddamn podcast.
Yeah. Okay, I think you're good now. So yeah, you make good points, but I do disagree on the whole using the chair and stuff. Although all that stuff was brought into the ring, I think we only saw them used as weapons like once or twice. We saw the kendo stick used on Robert. We saw the chair used as a weapon maybe once. But everything else was pretty much, it was either Rhea or Mercedes being thrown into those objects, which I think is the best use of them. And it gives a very creative use of those objects. But I think the biggest thing for me picking this fight is putting the story over everything, and having a great story will, to a certain extent, make a fight great. I don't think the Finn Balor... Oh, okay. Did I freeze for that? Did you hear me? Okay. On my screen it froze. So, yeah, I don't think that like the Finn Balor title trial is big enough of a story to really compare to like Rhea and Mercedes rivalry. You do make good points, and I wish I could pick that fight because I did really love that fight, but I love the steel cage match much more. So unless you're willing to turn the tide, which I don't think you are, we're gonna turn to the chat. I don't know why you're making that face. Is it
just because I don't know, to value the Rhea Mercedes storyline that's lasted 3-4 weeks now over the Finn Balor storyline that's lasted months upon months upon months upon months. Oh man, no. Nope. I just can't sit. It doesn't sit right with me. Sit right with me.
I don't think we can value a story more just because it's lasted longer. Like, do we put the Sasha... Do we put the Bailey Sasha storyline over like the Drew Randy storyline just because the Bailey Sasha ones lasted longer?
No, because that one's just I mean, in fairness, yes, I have valued it over the Drew Randy storyline multiple times. I valued it over the Drew anyone storyline because they just can't cut a goddamn promo without yelling at an interviewer. So it's not convincing. All we've ever seen from promos, really, as far as Rhea and Mercedes are concerned, is the two of them standing in completely separate areas of the world, just talking shit. That's why I don't feel anything towards this. I just see Mercedes as a pissed off person because Rhea was mean to her boss.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I can see there.
Well,
so, I'm not backing down, and I refuse to.
And that's fine. And if chat sides with you, I'll be fine too. I'll still be happy. But let's turn to the chat now. What do you guys think should be the fight of the night? Should it be Rhea Ripley versus Mercedes Martinez or Finn Balor versus Adam Cole for the NXT World Champion?
Still can't get over Splooch's comment here.
I know. He's ready.
And it's just my tiebreaker in the bank briefcase. My God.
I can just see Mike saying now, Aaliyah versus Io and Shotzi.
Oh man, what do we talk about in the meantime while we wait for somebody to respond?
So you like sports?
Never. I haven't watched a sport my entire life.
Cool. Sick. Love it.
And we're both fans of New York baseball teams, so that doesn't really help us.
Yeah.
Yes, confer.
Yeah. How dare you, Splucha? How dare you?
Why would you waste your briefcase like this, Splucha?
It's like Otis just cashing in on like the 24/7 title.
Oh God. Oh. We could talk about so many things. I'll wait for Sploocha to come back to us with a real comment.
Oh, Sploocha said he wants Rhea to get a W, but
the
anticipation, it's too much.
I feel like the thing is, like, normally the but would lead to my response then. With these folks,
it's going
to or Leah.
Yeah.
It's going to Velveteen Dream with him, I'm sure.
Yeah, I know it is. Oh. Watch, like, before Splucha can get a response, my computer just crashes. NXT title. Okay. So that's one vote for the NXT title. Unless anybody else speaks up, we will be giving the win to Finn Balor versus Adam Cole for the NXT World Championship title. Oh. God damn it, Splucha. What else?
No. Splucha, no. Splucha owns this podcast.
Stop. No.
Taking his original response.
Yeah, we're taking your NXT title response. No more how abouts.
Oh my God.
All right, so yeah, we're making your choice, Finn Balor versus Adam Cole, the winner. Unless while I'm typing this out, somebody has another response.
Listen, Splucha, next we've got SmackDown coming up, so maybe it'll be Big E this week, and maybe we can all be happy.
No.
Mark was the other half of this podcast.
I don't think Big E's gonna be fighting. This.
Wait, yeah, no,
week.
Biggie got sploocha.
I mean, they put out a announcement that Sasha and Biggie like went to the local hospital or local medical facility.
If it's the local hospital, he's actually injured. If it's local medical facility, it's kayfabe.
I think it was a local medical facility. They're both recovering, but I don't think they're going to be on this week's episode.
Heartbreaking. Maybe we'll get like an in-hospital promo.
Maybe we'll get Xavier.
All right, now to quote Splucha, don't lie to me.
All right, well, to run it back, we've got our promo of the night. Robert Stone makes Shotzi and Io mad. Fighter of the night, Finn Balor. And fight of the night, Finn Balor versus Adam Cole. Baby. Adam Cole, baby.
Sergeant Chucks. Anyways. Hey. So, we're gone for 2 more days. We would love for you to tune in on Friday. Maybe, if you wanna. It's SmackDown, which means we'll have little to talk about and a lot to joke about. So, probably our best podcast. This will be the last time that we have this 2-day break, ideally, assuming Marcus does not have work or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for being in the chat. We appreciate you guys all the time. You make us laugh. Thank you for making us laugh. I haven't laughed in 84 years.
So you want me to close this out?
Yeah, chill us out here.
All right. So if you enjoyed the podcast, thank you for watching. I don't know why it came out like that. If you enjoyed, hit that follow button. Hit the little bell so you're always notified whenever we go live. And if you're watching on YouTube, hit that subscribe button so you're also notified whenever a new video comes to YouTube. We post them every morning after the podcast airs. So, and if you're watching live, check out our YouTube channel to watch right after the show if you missed part of one podcast or you haven't seen the prior ones and you want to catch up. That's the Pinfall podcast on YouTube. The profile picture is still not changed. And follow us on Twitter, where you'll also be notified whenever we go live. And we'll also post our Fighter and Fight picks of the night there right after the show. So if you miss a show, you can still see who we picked. And we also talk about and retweet and share a lot of various wrestling stuff. And follow our personal Twitters. I am at the Mark Cameron. Liz is at Eliza Elaine23. And follow my personal Twitch, twitch.tv/Mark Cameron. I go live every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. We're working on a special project combining the fundamentals of professional wrestling with Pokemon. It is a really cool thing. It's the Universal Pokemon Federation. If you're into Pokemon, definitely check it out. It's a whole group of us streaming together and playing Pokemon together. It is so much fun. Actually, I won't be streaming tomorrow. Tomorrow I will not be streaming because I have to prepare and think about my previous loss this past weekend. So, no stream tomorrow. I'll be streaming again on Friday. I know. But I think that's everything. I talked about the YouTube, talked about Twitch, talked about our Twitters. Oh, at the Pinfall Cast is our Twitter. I don't think I mentioned that. At the Pinfall Cast. Remove the pod, that's a Twitter. And thank you for watching, everybody. We'll see you on Friday for SmackDown.